Have you ever checked your loose change and thought nothing of it? That 1 cent coin sitting in your drawer or tucked between your car seats might actually be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and uncovering the incredible story behind one very specific piece of copper. This is the tale of the 1977 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin you definitely want to keep an eye out for. Because believe it or not, it could be worth as much as $92,306. Yes, you heard that right. $92,000 for a penny? Let's begin with the basics. In 1977, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents. These coins feature the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, which was first introduced in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1977, the design had become a staple of American currency. The reverse side, still showing the Lincoln Memorial, was the standard at the time. But something about this particular year made one specific version of this coin stand out from the rest. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most coins minted in Philadelphia during that time did not carry a mint mark. That alone is not unusual. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint were often left markless, unlike those from Denver or San Francisco. So when you see a 1977 penny without a mint mark, it doesn't immediately scream rarity. But here's the twist. While millions were made, a tiny fraction of these coins were struck with an exceptionally high-quality finish. And even fewer survived in pristine, untouched condition. These coins, uncirculated and nearly flawless, have become hot commodities in the world of coin collecting. Combine that with the absence of a mint mark, and you've got yourself an ultra-rare collectible. What drives the value of a penny from 1 cent to over $92,000? It all comes down to condition and demand. The highest grade a coin can receive is MS 70, which stands for Mint State 70. That means the coin is in perfect condition with no visible flaws, even under magnification. While most 1977 pennies are circulated and show signs of wear, a few have surfaced in nearly perfect mint state grades. And collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one of these elusive gems. Just imagine holding a coin in your hand that could buy you a car. Or even a small house. The most recent sale of a 1977 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny-graded MS 67 fetched an astounding $92,306. That's right. A single penny sold for more than what many people make in a year. So, how can you tell if your 1977 penny is valuable? Start by checking for any signs of exceptional condition. Look closely at Lincoln's cheek and jawline. Is the detail sharp and clear? Is there any discoloration, scratches, or dings? Next, flip the coin over and inspect the Lincoln Memorial. Are the tiny columns fully struck and defined? If you think your penny might be special, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. A small investment in grading could unlock a massive payday, but of course, the average 1977 penny in your pocket change is probably only worth face value. But every now and then, a remarkable specimen surfaces. It's the thrill of the hunt that keeps collectors checking every coin they come across. And with this coin's sky-high price tag, it's no wonder why so many people are turning their attention to old pocket change. Let's take a quick look at the coin's place in history. In 1977, the U.S. was going through significant changes. Jimmy Carter had just become president. Star Wars had just hit the theaters. The economy was shifting. And somewhere in the middle of all that, millions of pennies were quietly minted and distributed across the country. Little did anyone know that one of them would become a treasure decades later. Today, collectors and enthusiasts alike scour auction houses and online marketplaces in hopes of getting their hands on this rare penny. And with each record-breaking sale, the excitement only grows. The market for rare coins is alive and thriving, with buyers willing to spend thousands on the right find. So here's a challenge for you. Go through your coin jar. Check your change after every purchase. You never know when you might stumble upon a 1977 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in near-perfect condition. If you do, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any more amazing coin stories. Who knew a penny could be worth this much? Keep looking, because treasures can turn up where you least expect them. Until next time, happy collecting. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we dig deep into coin history, hidden treasures, and rare finds that could be sitting right in your pocket change right now. Today, we're talking about a humble little penny that's anything but ordinary. The 1987 D Mint Mark Lincoln cent, a coin that at first glance looks just like every other 1-cent piece in your change jar, but believe it or not, one of these has been valued at a staggering $98,674. That's right, almost $100,000 for a single penny. So what makes this coin so valuable? Why are collectors willing to pay such insane amounts? And how can you tell if you have one sitting in your collection or maybe even in your piggy bank? Stick around, because we're going to cover everything from the history to the hidden secrets and how you can identify this incredibly rare and valuable coin. Let's start with a little backstory. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and since then it has gone through many design changes, composition updates, and mint mark varieties. Fast forward to 1987, the penny at that time was being struck primarily from a copper-plated zinc composition introduced in 1982. Due to rising copper costs, the Denver Mint struck over 4 billion pennies that year with the D Mint mark under the date, but out of those billions, only a few have gained the attention of serious collectors because of their rarity and stunning condition. So why is the 1987 D penny so special? Well, most 1987 D pennies are only worth face value unless they're in exceptional condition or contain a rare error. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a small number of these coins that are classified as having extraordinary mint errors, or that are graded at the highest level possible by professional grading services like PCGS or Anklets Break this down. Imagine a penny minted so perfectly with razor-sharp detail, no scratches or marks, a bright red luster straight from the press. That kind of flawless condition is known as MS-70 Mint State 70, which is the highest grade a coin can receive. The rarer the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now combine that perfect condition with a rare error, and you've got a jackpot. In the case of the most valuable 1987 D Lincoln cent ever sold, it was a coin that showed an ultra-rare mis-strike. It had an off-center strike and was also double struck, which means it was hit by the press more than once and not in the correct alignment. These kinds of dramatic errors are extremely scarce and can skyrocket the value of a coin at auction. On top of that, it was graded by PCGS as mint state with red color designation, meaning it had the original red copper luster intact, which collectors highly prize. That combination of factors, rarity, error, condition, and eye appeal, drove the price all the way to $98,674 when it was sold at auction. So how can you tell if your 1987 D penny is worth something? Start by checking the condition. Look for coins that have no wear, no scratches, and a bright original red color. Next, look closely for any signs of minting errors like doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing design elements. You might need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to catch these details. If you think you have something special, it's time to get it professionally graded. A grading company will authenticate the coin, assign it a grade, and encapsulate it in a protective case, which increases its value and makes it more appealing to collectors. Even if your coin doesn't hit the jackpot value of nearly $100,000, there are still many examples of 1987 D pennies selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition and errors. Here's a bonus tip: check coin shows, local dealers, and online marketplaces like eBay to compare your coin against similar listings and sold prices. You might be surprised at what some collectors are willing to pay. So to wrap it up, the 1987 D Lincoln penny is an amazing example of how something so small and seemingly ordinary can become incredibly valuable if the right factors align. It's a reminder to always check your change and stay curious, because you never know what hidden treasure might be in your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe For more deep dives into rare coins and currency stories, share this video with your friends and family, and maybe someone you know is sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the world of rare coins, surprising finds, and unbelievable values hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're talking about something truly special, the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. A coin that was once worth just a single cent, but has been known to fetch up to $42,000 in today's market. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, stay with me, because I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about this incredible coin. We'll talk about its history, why it's so rare, how to spot one, and what makes it worth thousands of dollars. And yes, we'll talk about how much it's selling for right now. History of the 2001 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, first introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, and over the years, it's gone through a few design changes. But the obverse, or the front of the coin, has almost always featured Lincoln's profile. In 2001, the penny still had the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been used since 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Most 2001 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. The ones from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while Denver coins are marked with a small d beneath the date. Now here's the twist. While millions and millions of 2001 pennies were minted, not all of them were created equal. Most are worth only face value. But a very small number, and we're talking about just a handful here, have serious value in the collector's market. Why? Let's dive into it. What makes the 2001 no mint mark penny valuable? So why would a 2001 penny with no mint mark, something so common, be worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First, condition is everything. These valuable pennies are usually graded MS 67 or higher. That means they are in pristine mint state condition. No scratches, no discoloration, just a perfect strike with flawless details. But condition isn't the only thing. Some of these pennies have rare die varieties or errors. There are known examples with doubled dies, off-center strikes, and even some with unusual compositions. These errors are incredibly rare and drive up the value immensely. Another reason is population. Out of the millions produced, only a tiny number of these coins exist in such high grades or with verified errors. It's that rarity that makes collectors willing to pay top dollar. Notable sale of $42,000. One of the most famous sales involved a 2001 no-mint mark penny graded by a top-tier grading service as MS 67 Red. This penny was pristine, glowing red in color, and had perfect luster and detail. When it hit the auction block, collectors went wild. The final price? A jaw-dropping $42,000. That's right, $42,000 for a penny you could have in your pocket right now. How to tell if you have one? So how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable coins? First, check the date. It must be a 2001 penny with no mint mark under the year. That means it was minted in Philadelphia. Second, look at the condition. Is the coin shiny and new-looking? No scratches? Deep red color? If yes, you could be onto something. Next, you'll want to inspect for errors. Use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling on the date, letters, or Lincoln's profile. Look for any unusual features like off-center strikes or weak spots in the design. If you think you have a promising coin, your best next step is to get it graded. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade is what really sets the value. Current market value now. Let's talk current market value. Not every 2001 no-mint mark penny is worth $42,000. Most are worth 1 cent. But the rare ones, the ones in near-perfect condition or with dramatic errors, are the exceptions. Right now, a regular high-grade 2001 penny might go for anywhere between $50 to $200. Add in a rare error or top-level mint state condition, and you're easily looking at thousands. In some extreme cases, Like that one MS-67 red penny, we've seen prices climb past $40,000 and beyond. It all depends on condition, rarity, and demand from collectors. So the next time you get change from the grocery store, take a moment to check your pennies. You never know what kind of treasure you might be holding. That ordinary-looking 2001 penny might just be worth enough to buy a car or even pay off a chunk of your mortgage. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible finds, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a valuable coin yourself. Who knows, your story might be featured in the next video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching, because treasure is often hiding in plain sight. Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we have something incredibly exciting to talk about, and you definitely don't want to miss this, because what if I told you that a simple penny from 2018 could be worth up to $87,000? That's right, this tiny coin that most people overlook could be hiding in your pocket change right now, and it might be worth more than your car or even your entire savings. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the history of the 2018 Lincoln 1-cent coin, specifically the version without a mint mark. Will break down what makes it unique, how it became so valuable, and how you can tell if you have one of these incredibly rare and valuable coins. So grab your penny jars and get comfortable, because we're about to uncover the shocking truth behind the 2018 no mint mark penny history of the Lincoln cent. Before we dive into the 2018 coin itself, let's take a step back and explore the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American coinage since 1909, and it was originally released to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the now iconic portrait of Lincoln that has remained for more than a century. Over the years, the design of the reverse has changed from the original wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, and now to the Union Shield, which has been in place since 2010. Each version marks a different era in American history and coin production. The 2018 Lincoln cent. Now, let's fast forward to 2018. The Lincoln penny that year featured the Union Shield on the reverse and the familiar Lincoln portrait on the front. These coins were struck in massive numbers by the United States Mint, with billions produced across different facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, the coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, which is why when you see a 2018 penny without any mint mark under the date, it means it came from Philadelphia. Normally, these coins are extremely common and worth only their face value of 1 cent. So what makes one of these coins suddenly worth tens of thousands of dollars? The $87,000 penny. In rare cases, a small number of coins are minted with errors or anomalies that make them extremely desirable to collectors. This is the case with the 2018 no mint mark penny that reportedly sold for $87,000. This particular coin was discovered to have a dramatic error, likely during the minting process. It could have been a double die, an off-center strike, or some other type of flaw that drastically increases its rarity and therefore its value. One of the most popular errors that drives value is known as a doubled die error, which happens when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment or duplication. This results in parts of the coin, such as the date or the lettering, appearing doubled. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are not intentional and are often produced in very small numbers before the mistake is caught and corrected. Another possibility is a transitional error, where a coin is struck on the wrong type of metal planchet or using a leftover die from a previous year. These types of errors are incredibly rare and valuable as well. What to look for? So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 2018 pennies in your possession? First, look for any signs of doubling, especially in the date, the word liberty, or the phrase "in God we trust." Use a magnifying glass or a microscope to check the details carefully. If you notice anything unusual, such as doubled letters, missing details, or an off-center design, you might have a valuable coin. Also, pay attention to the surface of the coin. If it looks like it was struck on the wrong metal or feels lighter or heavier than normal, that could also be a sign of an error planchet. In some cases, these errors are so subtle that only an expert grader can confirm the rarity. That's why, if you suspect you have something special, it's worth getting the coin evaluated by a professional grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. The role of coin grading. Coin grading plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. A coin with a rare error in poor condition might only be worth a few $100s, but if it is in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated and has no visible wear, then it could fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. At auction grading services will assign a numerical grade to your coin based on its quality. Strike and condition coins graded MS67 and higher are extremely rare and highly valuable. When you combine that with a rare mint error, you get astronomical prices like the $87,000 figure being reported current market value and collectability. So, what is the current market value of a 2018 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? The vast majority are still worth only 1 cent because they are extremely common. However, if you find one with a verified mint error or in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at hundreds, thousands, or in some incredibly rare cases, tens of thousands of dollars. Online auctions and collector forums have listed certain 2018 pennies with errors selling for several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the type of error and the coin's condition. The $87,000 sale is believed to be a combination of an extremely rare error and a near-perfect grade, which is an incredibly rare combination. To wrap things up, always keep an eye on your pocket change because you never know what kind of treasure you might be carrying. The 2018 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but under the right circumstances, it could be worth more than a luxury car. If you find anything unusual, make sure to have it checked by an expert and do your research online. Look for known errors and compare your coin to high-resolution images from trusted numismatic sources. And as always, stay curious, stay informed, and keep checking those coins. If you found this video helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin finds, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of coins, currency, and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today we are taking a closer look at a modern coin that is turning heads in the numismatic community. That is right, we are talking about the 2020 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. And yes, believe it or not, this little copper-colored coin could be worth up to $79,000 in today's market. Now you might be thinking, how could a coin from just a few years ago possibly be worth so much money? Well, let's dive into the history of the Lincoln penny, and then we will talk about why this particular coin from 2020 is catching so much attention among collectors across the country and even around the world. So first, a quick history lesson. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a huge deal because it marked the first time a real person appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin. Before that, most coins featured representations of liberty or other allegorical figures. The Lincoln cent was originally designed by Victor David Brenner and featured wheat ears on the reverse. From 1909 to 1958, we had the wheat penny design, and then in 1959 the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial to honor the 150th anniversary of his birth. Fast forward to 2009, which marked Lincoln's bicentennial. That year the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverse designs, each depicting a different stage of Lincoln's life. Then in 2010 the penny got yet another update, and the reverse design was changed once more to feature the Union Shield, which represents Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as one nation. Now, let's focus on the 2020 Lincoln penny. Most of these coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but here's the kicker: the coins minted in Philadelphia traditionally do not carry a mint mark. So when we talk about a 2020 no-mint Mark penny, we are usually referring to a coin that came from the Philadelphia Mint, which is pretty standard. However, what makes some of these coins incredibly valuable is not where they were minted, but the errors and rare varieties that slipped through the quality control process. One particular example of a 2020 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has stunned collectors due to an extremely rare and dramatic error. That specific coin sold at auction for a whopping $79,000. It was certified by a professional grading service, and the error was clearly visible even to the naked eye. The coin had a striking off-center error where the design was not properly aligned during the minting process. This kind of error is rare, especially on modern coins where quality control is typically very tight. Another reason some 2020 pennies are worth a lot of money has to do with double dies. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a slight misalignment in its design imprint, resulting in A doubled image on the final coin. This can usually be seen in the lettering of the word Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," or the date itself. Coins with strong visible doubling are highly sought after by collectors and can fetch big bucks at auction. Now, before you go checking your piggy bank and every penny in your change jar, keep in mind that the vast majority of 2020 no mint mark Lincoln pennies are worth only face value, which is of course 1 cent. However, that does not mean you should not look. Because if you do find one of these rare varieties, especially with a dramatic error or a strong double die, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Collectors love modern rarities because they are often easier to find in circulation than older coins, and the thrill of discovering a valuable coin in your everyday change is something that excites both new and seasoned hobbyists alike. So, what should you look for? First, examine the coin closely under good lighting or use a magnifying glass. Check for any off-center strikes, look for doubling in the letters and numbers, and always compare it to known examples available on trusted coin websites or through coin grading services. If you suspect you have something special, it is worth submitting the coin to a grading company like PCGS or NGC, who can authenticate and grade your coin and let you know its true market value. As of now, the highest known price paid for a 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny was $79,000 at a public auction. The buyer was a serious collector who recognized the rarity and uniqueness of the coin in question. Since then, there have been other valuable examples sold in the thousands, depending on the condition and the type of error. The market for modern era coins is booming right now, especially as more people take an interest in collecting and investing in tangible assets. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can do it. It does not require a huge upfront investment. You can start with the coins in your pocket, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, you will come across a rare 2020 penny worth more than a brand new card. To wrap it all up, the 2020 no mint mark Lincoln cent might seem ordinary at first glance, but if you are lucky enough to find one with a rare mint error or double die, you could be holding a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. So always check your change, do your research, and stay curious, because treasures are hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new coin video. We've got lots more amazing coin stories coming your way, so stay tuned and keep collecting.